Let's answer this motherfucking question once and for all, because I swear to God, if I see one more person ask everybody what is definitive Dragon Ball canon and then proceed to throw a bitch fit over the fact that his headcanon is getting disputed because some people have the audacity to believe that, I don't know, episode of Bardock doesn't count, I'm gonna fucking strangle someone with their own intestine. When I started Dragon Ball Head Scratchers, you all knew this was going to come up sooner or later. Particularly if you visit any kind of place like Kanzenshu or DBZF or any place that allows Dragon Ball fans to communicate with one another on the internet. And that is the question of what is canon. Now, this has been kind of a question for a very, very long time, according to Vegito EX of Kanzenshu, that people have been wondering, what counts. Is GT canon? Is the anime canon? Is the anime filler canon, or the 90s Toei movies canon, where they fit into the timeline of the anime and the manga? Is Dragon Ball minus higher canon than, episode of Bardock, or the Bardock Father of Goku special? What's canon? Is the anime version of the Trunks special, or the manga version? It's a big whole mess that a lot of people have various different opinions on, various different theories about, and it's a fucking mess. And to keep things short and simple, the thing that is 100% rock motherfucking solid canon is the original 42 volumes of the manga. And that is the most accurate possible answer you're going to get out of anybody. Or at least out of the people who actually know Dragon Ball, beyond the manga, beyond, the animated versions and the films that they've seen in GT and that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the guys who kind of know the franchise more in depth. And the very simple answer is that if you want to experience Dragon Ball canon, the official main storyline of the series, no bullshit, no filler, unabridged, whatever you want to call it, it is the original 42 volumes of the manga, spanning from when Goku meets Bulma to when Goku meets Oob and then flies off to go train him at the very conclusion of the Majin Buu saga. And that is pretty much the best answer I can possibly come up with on this topic, because everything else is pretty much, headcanon. Like, you also, even the new material that is actually supervised and or written by Akira Toriyama, because you have things like the Father of Goku special. That was not written by Toriyama. But Toriyama went on record to say that he really, really liked the special, and you actually have a scene from the special drawn into the manga itself where Bardock, the wounded Bardock at the conclusion of the special is in space. He's facing down Frieza just before Frieza destroys planet Vegeta, and that was not meant to be in the manga. But Toriyama liked the animated version of the special so much that he added it into the main series. And so Bardock became one of those anime-exclusive characters that became, part of the manga, which Toriyama further reaffirmed with Dragon Ball Minus. But Dragon Ball Minus has a very different characterization of Bardock. It has a different backstory for Goku and how Planet Vegeta is destroyed. And that caused a big stir in people because people really like the Bardock special and they want to figure out what's canon, what's not. Well, some people are saying that Dragon Ball Minus is because it's completely written by Toriyama. Other people, cite what I just said, how Toriyama liked the special. And there are a few other instances like this where it's just a big mindfuck. And it's gone particularly bad with the new material because we had the films Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. But then we have the manga that is also those same storylines, but done just a little bit differently. And then you have the anime, which retold the films, and that did several notable things very differently as well. And then you have very conflicting reports on this, like how involved is Toriyama with the retellings, or is he involved at all? We know that he's sending manuscripts and that kind of stuff. And it's because of these reasons and several others, like the fact that Toriyama did not write Battle of Gods from scratch. He came in, saw the script, and then rewrote it completely from the beginning to the end, but he was not involved from the production of the film from the very beginning, and then a lot of fans like to cite that as the reason why you can't take Battle of Gods as canon, but you can't count Resurrection F because it's I must begrudgingly say it's a sequel to Battle of Gods, even though it barely is, but whatever, it cannot work without Battle of Gods. And so it's a big mess. It's understandable why people would be confused because you have other instances of both the manga and the animated version doing the same storyline, like the Trunks special. You know, there's several notable differences from the Trunks special to what happens in the animated version, and it's a big mess. But the best, clearest answer that I can tell you right here, right now, is that the canon of Dragon Ball can be whatever the hell you want. However, if you need an absolute 100% rock motherfucking solid answer, just tell anyone that it is the original 42 volumes of the manga. The ones that were written by Akira Toriyama decades ago, that's what counts. That is undisputable canon. It's the main fucking storyline. Like, I don't see how you can, dispute that. That's pretty much the best answer I can give you. And then, admittedly, there are some people who say that End of Z isn't canon because it's like a prologue to GT, but guys, Toriyama, End of Z is part of the manga. It was adapted from the manga. It's not a GT prologue, so that means that Oob and Pan and Bra and all those characters are canon, quote-unquote. But really, if you want a straight answer, that's it. The original 42 volumes of the manga are absolute, irrefutable canon, and everything else can be wherever the fuck you want it to be. Like, for me, I have different continuities. Like, there's the main continuity, which is like the manga, and that's basically the manga, and then maybe Dragon Ball Online. Then there's the animated continuity, which consists of, the original Z anime and GT and some of the films, and then there's another animated continuity, that's Kai, and I kind of count Super and Kai as part of the same thing. And then there's GT, which I count as a continuation all of its own, maybe a continuation of the films. That's basically my system. It's a very comic book inspired system, but fuck you, I read comic books and I'm gonna see that system. I like that system where there are alternate universes, and even the Daizenshu blatantly calls some of the original Dragon Ball films, not the Z films, for Dragon Ball alternate universes. So yeah, if you want your own canon for Dragon Ball, just pick what you like and call that your canon. But when it comes to deciding irrefutably, 2 plus 2 equals 4, rock motherfucking solid, 100% correct, the answer is that the original manga is what counts. It is irrefutable, and everything else can either come or go depending on what you like or dislike. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much my answer on this whole canon debate. It's pretty much the only semi-good answer that you can even put on this subject, and I know that there are going to be some people who are going to dispute this, oh, well, the anime is more popular, so the anime counts more. It's going to be a debate forever. There is really no answer. Even if Toei and Toriyama came out and said this is irrefutable canon, there would still be people who would dispute it because maybe something they don't like would make the cut. And overall, it's just a big mess. But the closest thing to a perfect answer is the original manga is canon, quote-unquote, and everything else can either come and go depending on what you like or dislike. So yeah, choose what you like, make your own, connective tissue between that, make it your own continuity, or in my case, multiple different continuities, just so you can organize everything in your head like that, and I think you'll be pretty damn set. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, or even follow me on Twitter if you like, and I'll hopefully see you